This is the second video in the series of videos on the subject of conducting a comprehensive literature review using bibliometrics. As explained in the first video, that there are a number of tools that can be used for a bibliometric study. But before you use a tool, you need to go to Web of Science or Scopus to be able to load the data of the studies that you want to analyze. Now, Web of Science and Scopus, these are two databases which can be accessed through various libraries. They are definitely there in the IIM Bangalore library, and there are other places where you can access Web of Science or Scopus. Now, as I go through this tool of Web of Science, which is what is a preferred database, as I'll go through step by step on how to use it. Now, one of the background information before I start using the tool. I am going to use my research work in the area of factors that affect research output or research productivity in higher education. And I'll go through the thought process of what is it that will help me select a set of studies which I will then export from Web of Science. First, instead of all databases, I use Web of Science code collection. Instead of basic search, I would like to use advanced search out here. Now, within advanced search, there is I will take the search query. Now, the search query will take you some time to develop. It needs to be such that it is a comprehensive study of your area. At the same time, it should not be very, very general. In my case, if you really see, TS is higher education. These are the various field tags you can use. Topic is one of the most popular field tag in Web of Science because it covers title, author, it also covers the abstract. And essentially, if you were to read this query, it would mean that give me all research studies where there is a mention of higher education and there is a mention of either research output or research productivity or research performance. Now, for me to arrive at the fact that there are these three terms, research output, research productivity, and research performance, which are used in similar studies, has taken a little bit of a research. I had to go to scholar.google.com and look at various studies, and then you come up with this comprehensive set. Once you come up with that, choose English as a language out here and choose article as the document type. The range of years could be any range which you would like to study, but I would recommend that it could be the last 20 years. In any case, 1999 is the first year of study out here to 2020. And I click on search. As you can see that the ones we chose higher education, research output, give me studies on higher education with one of these terms, research output, research productivity, or research performance. And the additional search term was document types is an article, and it is searching for these time spans. Now, when that is done, there are 351 results that come up. This needs a bit of iteration. Prior to this, I had pulled up 382 results because I had not filtered on language and document types of articles. But once I filtered on that, the results became 351. I can click on these results of 351. And you get to see all these results that are coming up. And just like in Google Scholar, you can have, there will be multiple pages. Obviously, there are going to be close to 36 pages because there are 351 articles. Before I export this, I need to also filter on certain other things. There are Web of Science categories out here. If I click on these categories, these are the various categories. Now I am looking at research studies, and there are certain categories which make sense for my study. Now, education and educational research, information library sciences, management, economics, business, um, social sciences, interdisciplinary, uh, multidisciplinary science, maybe business finance. I don't see others which are relevant. One can look at business, women studies, especially in the area that I am looking at. Um, but pretty much these are the areas that I would like to filter. So I click on this and click on refine. And once I refine this, I have got a smaller set of articles, which is 314 articles. Now, these 314 articles are the ones that I'm going to export. There are other things like funding agencies, authors, source title, and other options by which you could filter. But I would recommend that unless there is a specific reason, you don't need to filter in these areas. You pretty much have filtered the articles into the kind of articles that you would like to export. I click on add to marked lists, and I click on records, all the records. You could actually export 500 records at a time. In this case, since the records are less than 500, there are 314 records. So I will click on add to marked list. I will click on records 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. I say add. And export. In this case, I choose other file formats. I choose records 1 to 14, and I want to have everything exported, which means full record and cited references. And as far as the export manner is concerned, we can export in BibText, or we can export in a tab limited format. But what I will do is to export in BibText, which is the import that BiblioShiny will use. So you are going to click on all the records that you have been able to filter, and the record content will have a full record and cited references, and you are going to export using the BibTeX format. Once you can click on export, and eventually you'll get the data which you can save in your local drive. So this I will end up saving in my local drive, and my next video will cover how to use this in BiblioShiny to be able to understand your field of research and get a lot of insights using that. Thank you.